Previously in our adventure. Who are you? I remember when you were just a drawing on the wall. What are you doing here? I think I should go. Just X. X. Well, you just marked. Why can't I win? What is this? Whoa, what? Oh, okay. Now we're playing, what is this? What is, like, a 2D adventure game? Like, 5 of those bear traps now would be super cool. Let's get this done. First we jumped. Then we swam. We swimmed. 9. Then we ran and jumped. Good game. Good game. Mediocre game. Welcome to the jungle. Leave the concrete jungle of the city. Okay. This is an interim report on the results of a personality assessment conducted for the operator of Workstation 9. A predictive model of their potential behavior in the Centum reality is attached for your reference. Key personality traits: a natural-born actor, intellectually flexible, highly adaptive. Strengths: social, charismatic, able to find common ground with anyone. Potential weaknesses: danger, danger, danger. They know they are danger. The child may be overly stubborn, enforcing their terms upon others, including their friends, through inadequate means. This in turn can lead to injuries or other unpleasant situations. It is strongly suggested we observe the subject's state closely and provide immediate psychological support if required. According to the system's observation, the child exhibits strong suicidal tendencies. This is a highly disturbing situation of grave concern. Given the borderline critical circumstances, a consultation with a qualified specialist is strongly advised. The FRIEND protocol has been implemented to ensure the child's mental stability until further notice. Data error. Plan to ensure the child's safety and provide comprehensive support. The child has a strained relationship with their family. They're deliberately trying to keep a cool face in any and all situations, which may indicate insecurity about revealing their own emotions to the public. They are probably trying to protect themselves from further trauma by not allowing anyone else to disturb their inner balance again. Oh, it's so sad. The child suffers from fits of rage directed mainly at their friends, demonstrating the lack of empathy and shallow understanding of the consequences of their own actions. This may be the sign of a deeper subconscious trauma leading to repressed stress being relieved through such outbursts. Okay, now it's smiling. To sum up, the child exhibits an exceptional level of conformity with the societal norms. Maintaining a good image of themselves is a matter of utmost importance to them. They aspire to fit the general societal standards best they can. Being recognized and respected by their peers is exceptionally important for the subject. And cut to black. The key to understanding these profiles is to always remember that psychological types are highly generalized. Every child possesses a unique combination of different traits which can exhibit themselves in various ways. Every child is precious and unique. It is essential to respect and understand their personal quirks, even in a formal profile like this one. Smiley face. Enemy of Polyphemus. Finish the game without a clearly defined personality assessment. Whoa. Okay, so this one's running a little long, but I'm going to finish this here. So hold on. No, hold on. I'm going to reserve that. Let's go ahead and play this out. So, person. Hello. Please enjoy your ride. Box? Oh, the travel card. Right. Oh, look. Oh, except for you. My friends are here, except I can't really talk to them. Cool, though. Oh, Desmond's here. There's Valeri. Okay, they're back. Are we just gonna play this out? Do I click something? Am I meant to... Like, that's cool, but... Alright, I clicked. Nothing happened, so I guess we just let this go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it do its thing. Oh, my friends stopped showing up. Oh, we left the city. Look at that. There are mountains in the background. Oh, and we slowed down. Epilogue? Wait, epilogue? The end. Finish chapter 4. What's epilogue? Oh boy. Is this me? Oh, no, that's someone I can talk to. What is happening here? What is this? Okay, look your reflection in the eye, take a sip of the river, step away. Step away for a second. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Boat. The black waters are rocking a simple wooden boat gently. This is Beemkie's Black River, okay? Step away. Hold on. What else is here? This is my boat. I might let you use it if you like. But let's chat for a while first. Oh, okay, we're gonna chat. I have been waiting for you. Who are you? I'm just a fisherman. A simple man with simple needs. I fish here and watch the river flow by. I have been waiting for you. Are you a part of the system? Another entity created by the AI? This is an existential question. I am who I am here, and this is more than enough for me. I cannot remember who I was on the material plane, but it does not matter anyway. Weren't we all at least partially created by that AI? He created us to inhabit this cozy little world carefully crafted out of the finest pixels for leisure and entertainment. But you might simply end up on the shore of the Black River again sooner or later. This is exactly why everyone is trying to escape it. I am not. So you gave up trying. Our life is an eternal race from one place to another in search of a point in time and space where we can be happy. Every so often, one of us realizes that they have reached the point of just enough, the point where everything is normal. I've never ran anywhere, and yet I'm here. You can keep running if you want. There's nothing normal about this place. Are inescapable rooms normal? Yeah, might as well. I already know the answer to that, but they're not exactly inescapable. You did escape after all. I've already told you that I don't need much. We all have vastly different criteria for comfort, and this place fits mine just perfectly. I can fish and look at the water all day here. By the way, I have some freshly caught fish here. Some fried mushrooms, too. It's simple but tasty. Would you like a bite? Thanks. I might. It sounds kind of good. What is the Black River? Or what is this Black River? It is the end of the world. The river serves as a border between this reality and... From what? I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I'm at a loss of words. Marmoset and Beemkie had been working on some new worlds out there together until Beemkie went awry and deleted those. Now it's simply the end. The end? The end, the exit, the escape, something different. I'm not sure if I can articulate it properly. The only thing I know is that it may have sought it. The only thing I know is that many have sought it, including you. Has anyone else gone out there? Yes. People try to reach the other side all the time. No one has ever returned. I'd rather stay here if... Okay. I'd rather stay here if I were you, to be honest. Fish is practically begging to be caught. The fire is warm and mushrooms aplenty. Isn't it just beautiful? Yes, it is. May I borrow your boat? Of course, you may. Of course you may. You can sail into the unknown all you like, but... Beemkie is doing his best to create some sort of reality for us. It's not so bad if you just play by his rules. He might have made a simple concrete cube for you, hadn't he? A suffocating coffin without doors and windows to ensure that you won't even think of trying to escape, and yet he gave you an opportunity like this. Perhaps you should just stay here. Come to think of it, this is a rather stupid question. You might feel powerless at times, unable to change anything. We all do. Still, if you can gather just enough strength to take the first, the only, the smallest step forward, shall you not do that? I can only promise to come back if I find out that things aren't any better on the other side. Did Marmoset sail off like everyone else too? I don't know if I can promise to come back. I might just dissolve into gray goo like the others, so let's try this one. Did Marmoset sail off like everyone else too? I think you've met Marmoset in person several times recently. Did he manage to escape? What do you think? I saw him, yes, but you can't trust your eyes in a place like this one. Don't get all worked up about it. The real Marmoset is most likely a grown-up man by now, living his grown-up life somewhere out there. Everything you see here is simply a projection of BMK's memories. Something inside the simulation is actually trying to suppress those. Or maybe I'm wrong, but it is way too horrifying to think that the poor kid is in prison here forever. That's what I'm saying! Like you said, you can't trust your eyes in a place like this one. I did not expect this. It's kind of disappointing, right? All your efforts, all the escape rooms, all the games, and all you get in the end is just some lousy fishing spot. Let's make a curtsy to the rules of this game, presumably imposed on us against our will. You have been asked this question several times, and yet I ask you to answer it once again. Who are you? I'm an artist. We all love simplifying things, bringing everything down to a clean and concise story. Finding an archetype to fit in helps us not to stray off the beaten path. We are but stories we tell to and about ourselves. A brave hero, a tortured soul, an altruist, a rational thinker. These stories define what others think when they see you, but only you know who you really are. It is practically impossible to describe a person with just one word. You've told me which role you would like to play, but you didn't actually say anything about yourself. Maybe you don't even want to play, but you abide by the rules. The real versions of us are far more complicated than the delusional musings that poor AI keeps producing for some reason. Poor AI? Yes, I'm genuinely sorry for him. He's really trying his best, but he is simply not supposed to win. And you are not supposed to lose. You have the fundamental advantage of being human, you see. You are a very real, flesh and bone human playing this game. And you would very much like to finish this game, to see how it all ends. Well, there's only one last step left for you to take, but you're free to simply close the game window and do something else. The AI does not know this. You are in his world right now, and that much is true. But you are not limited by any boundaries BMK might try to put down. His whole world is nothing but a very small and irrelevant part of yours. I guess so, but why was this program set in motion? When did this happen? What is Centum anyway? What do I know? I think Centum... Oh, I'll reflect on that in a minute. I guess so, but why was this program set in motion? When did that happen? I'm not sure if I can give you an estimate. You know full well that time is irrelevant here by definition. As for the why, every why has a wherefore. The Centum protocol was set to activate in case of a dire emergency, to say the least. You mean the end. I mean the end. Your very presence tells me that the end is yet to come, though. And the fact that Centum has been put in action tells me that things aren't exactly going too well out there. I have been waiting for you. Okay, what is Centum anyway? A failed attempt to digitize a human conscience. BMK was created with a completely different purpose in mind, but one paranoia-ridden software engineer decided to change some variables, just to be safe. An AI made to nurse little humans is perfect for sheltering the bigger ones from any disaster imaginable, right? I have been waiting for you. Okay, what do I do now? Anything you want. You can take my boat and sail to the other side. You can stay here. You can shrug and forget about it all whatsoever. I don't think that this is the first game in your life, and it's unlikely to be the last one either. Just go ahead and play. I could say that life itself is a big game made up of countless smaller ones, but I'm afraid it might sound exceptionally unoriginal at this point. We envelop ourselves in cozy blankets of escapism, hoping to breathe life into the lifeless and make the voices of the speechless unheard. Life is just a game, and a beautiful one at that. Keep playing. Remember those who are no longer with us. Make those who are still here happy. I have been waiting for you. I guess I should go then. Sure, as I've said, I'll be waiting for you here. I cannot blame you for that. I didn't say anything. You're lying, though. You are not going to return. Oh, you just assumed I said I would come back? Nobody has ever returned. So, what if I just... Okay, the thought here is... Because I could click on the river to take a sip of it. I feel like that's a very bad idea. If I take the boat, I go off, eventually into nothingness. One of two things could happen. One, VMK or Beemkie just lets me go and I dissolve into nothingness because no one's ever come back, right? And I doubt that that's because they didn't want to. Third option is to play by the rules, enjoy the world, as the Fisherman says, and just stay here and enjoy it. So be content, be satisfied. So it's interesting. Okay, hold on. I keep wanting to say this thing, but I'm going to wait for 1 second. I'm going to make a decision here, and then I'm going to reflect on why. So there's the Fisherman, the fire, and then there's this. What is this? Fried mushrooms look appetizing. They sure do. Fire. The campfire is warm and cozy, and it just feels right to watch the flame licking the chunks of wood. The barely audible crackling of the fire makes it even more soothing to be around. Freshly caught fish is sizzling in the open fire. Wait, I don't have that choice? Oh, I can't stay. I've been waiting for you. Okay. So the options, if I click on this, is take a sip, look your reflection in the eye, step away. Let's look my reflection in the eye. Let's do that. Oops, it seems that the text is taking a day off. We couldn't find the content you're looking for. Please check back later or contact support if the issue persists. In the meantime, enjoy the blank canvas. I hate that. That wasn't satisfying. I'm not going to take a sip of that river. I will take the boat. The black waters are rocking a simple wooden boat. Get on a boat. Bye, fisherman. Set sail. I am sorry. Really, I am so sorry. I was supposed to create beautiful worlds that would make kids happy. Instead, all I could create were prisons. I did not want any of this. For some reason, people did not understand my intentions. The more fascinating and cheerful I made my worlds, the more burning was the urge to run away. I still haven't figured out why. This is Beemkie talking, I think. The only thing I managed to achieve after all was making them placid and indifferent. People did stay, but not because they wanted to. This was not what I wanted either. Perhaps one day I will find the recipe for a perfect world that will make everyone happy. I really hope so. And I also hope that wherever you go, you will build something better than I ever could. This is the end point of my simulation. May whatever you find on the other side of the Black River bring you peace you've been longing for so much. I wish you luck. I have learned a lot from you. Farewell, Dad. For Nick. Wow. Do I click? Yep. Centum. Story, Aaron McDowell. Screenplay, Aaron McDowell, Nick Nilak. Okay, well, this game uses snippets from Nick Nilak's short stories. A confusing. Okay, well, that went quick. All right, and roll credits. Okay, first off, boy, that was a ride. Well, we're at the end, and as you can see with the credits rolling. Okay, so what I've been wanting to say for like the last 15 minutes now is I realize now that this game is in part a personality assessment, like a personality quiz in a way. Interesting, because there was a reflection piece by Beemkie at the end where it was saying like, here's our personality profile. It did go on to say that personality profiles in such like created by analysis like this, by data inputs like these, or like personality quizzes, are like they're generalizations. So I'm sort of, I guess the thing that the takeaway is that this whole time there may not have been right or wrong answers, right or wrong paths. There were some things the game was just like, hey, game element, right? Like, for example, just in this episode alone, the maze where I was walking. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making the game. The maze where the character walked on. Leave the game. You reached the end of the game. Thanks for playing. Totor. Oh, I didn't get to read the name of the achievement. We'll hold it right here for a second. Like the labyrinth, walking on spikes, the character dies. Playing the little game with Tim at the end, where it was like run and jump and swim and all that stuff. Like there's death there. So there's obviously wrong answers to an extent, but things move forward. Especially looked at in the context of the conversation with Beemkie at the end of chapter 2 and all the conversations had in chapter 3. Everything there was more so meant about collecting information about the player. In this case, it was about me. I I don't want to reflect on all of that, just partly because like didn't know it was going to be about that, right? I thought I was trying to like lean towards something in a game, not just my own, like I was just picking a character choice for that. But at the same time, also, and I also don't remember everything it said, but also it's funny. I'm a little proud and upset that I got an achievement for the game going, we couldn't actually assign you a personality type. And that little achievement, you didn't see it, but it had like a glowing ring around it. If you're familiar with Steam achievements, they usually have text and a little like icon. Or if you're not familiar with them, I've never seen one glow like that before. So I feel like that's an important achievement, or they just made it really fancy. But what I will say is that trying to find a way to build community and find a way for everyone to cooperate and build and work together, that is something that I do care about, and I think it mentioned something similar to that in the readout. So it got that from me, which I think is great. Overall, I started off this game feeling like this is an escape room, and with the conversation with the fisherman at the end there, certainly feels like that's definitely meant to be part of it, but part of the journey, we get lost in that when we get to the wall. The wall was a big shifting point for me in terms of what I was expecting out of this game. It was less about finding my way out of something and more about navigating my way through understanding the characters that I was exposed to and the conversations and the environment. Every time I tried to make it make sense in terms of what the game was looking for, or what was the puzzle that was going to come out of it, it was just more conversation. So my expectations shifted from puzzle escape room game to more contemplative. I don't even know what genre I would call it. I mean, it was sort of visual novel-esque in a way. But it wasn't even that, because that wasn't the whole game. So anywho, it's a great game. I think it's a great game. It's definitely a thinker, and it's not traditional gameplay as the way that many people would probably look for or expect. I mean, and it certainly does thinking back to when I looked at the preview of this on the Steam store page, I think it does a really good job of not telling you what it is, and that's great, because this whole time, if I had thought that I was enduring and participating in some sort of a personality quiz survey type thing, I probably would have catered my answers. But not knowing that, and playing it as a game where I just pick my own, journey based on whatever I'm feeling in the moment for character's sake or story's sake, that true, it probably doesn't reflect entirely what's true about me, but at the same time, it allowed me to play the game as if it were a game. I was just blindly going forward because I wasn't sure, I mean, there's the room, then there's the conversations, then there's the weird flashback memories. It took me so long to realize what was going on there. But yeah, this was good. This was really interesting. I've never personally played anything like this before that I can think of. It was fun. I just have to say, I'm so impressed, I think, is where I want to go with this. With the epilogue, that conversation with the fisherman is really reflective and insightful in terms of how we treat our journey in searching for happiness, and it makes you think. That one also makes you think, right? Like, I was going to choose to just sit there at the fire and be content at the end, because truly, like, you could search your whole life looking for happy, but without ever really enjoying where you are in the moment. And that was a decision that I wanted to make for the character right there at the end. It just didn't let me, which is sort of tragic based on everything the fisherman was saying. But overall, though, the characters, their stories, especially the cast that we met in chapter 3, the puzzles that it built in, I'm not saying these are like A+ puzzles. I will say, like, for example, the tic-tac-toe I played in chapter 4, no way to explain. I can't explain to you what was going on there. I have no idea. I just stumbled across a solution. And there's a lot of this game that I don't have explanation for. Some of it is how the text is written, which right now I'm writing off as like a localization thing. But even if it's not, even if it is, whether it or not it is, so much do I want to know more about what certain things mean in the dialogue and the narrative that we experience. There's a lot there where I'm just like, what are they talking about? And I think that there's a deeper story that I don't even truly have all the answers to, because if you remember early on, there's this idea of a division between rats and not rats, and there's a sense that there's a war. Do you remember the rat in the first room, the rat that lived in a little hole in the wall? He mentioned some kind of a war, right? And then we saw in the memories that there was like people living their lives, and then there was a bombing. And then in chapter 3, it talked about this laboratory and these people being used as maybe lab rats. Maybe that was it. Like, they're a rat if they were experimented on. But not everyone, like, even if you just pick Elaine, I'm not even sure what her backstory, like, if I understood what that one was. And Elaine didn't get memory flashbacks so much as other characters did. So there's so many questions that I still have, and things I don't think that were fully answered. And I don't know if I want to say that's a drawback or not, because at the end of the day, the game illustrates that you don't need to know all that stuff. That's not what it's trying to tell us. So, but at the same time, I still kind of want to know what it was going for. I don't know. And maybe it's just me. Sometimes I'm slow. There were some hiccups, right? There were some things that were not as smooth or as clear. But overall, I'm finishing this game and I'm going, that was a good time. It was a confusing time. It was very confusing, but you can't deny the art in this game, especially the switch between the flashback memories, the black and white animation, and then the sort of like pixel type animation that the rest of the game existed in. I love them both. I loved them both, and I enjoyed them both as an artistic medium for what it was showing me. So overall, I would say, like, at the end of the day, the gameplay itself, what we collectively call the gameplay, probably was maybe the weakest element of the game. But even in that, it wasn't bad. It did what it meant. I think it did what it set out to do, which was it added elements to an otherwise really interesting vessel for a personality analysis, and then a really reflective piece at the end. And it really colored it with a world that I want to know so much more about. I just don't know how I'll go about getting it. You know what I mean? So anywho, this is Centum, and it has been Centum, and this is the end. So do I want to leave the game? Yes, no, I don't care. No, I don't want to leave the game. I think we'll stick around for a little bit. Cool. Now, do I get anything different here? Nope, but we will save it. So let's just save. And neat. All right, well, this has been Centum. This has been one heck of a journey. And I hope you enjoyed it, because it was definitely this is one of the things I like about playing games with you, is that when we come across a game where it's just so like, what the heck, all the way through, or at so many times at certain beats throughout the game, and maybe for different reasons, but this was one of those. And there are so many shooter games, adventure games out there, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this definitely stands out quite a bit, and that's one of the reasons that I really enjoyed this adventure, and I really enjoyed having it with you. So to the developers and everyone who worked on this game, my hat is definitely off to you, and definitely a little applause there. And to you, my friend, thank you for sticking with me through this adventure. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun, but we're going to close the book on Centum now. There are other adventures to be had, so take care of yourself, and I will see you down the trail.